So now we're going to get into microfiber care. So how to care for your Norwex microfiber, because that's super important. You want it to be able to work at its full potential to pick up and remove 99% of bacteria off of a surface. So you want to care for your microfiber properly, of course. So to start off with, you could do what's called a power wash. And that's what you do in between laundering your Norwex microfiber. So what a power wash is after you utilize your cloth. So what I have here is a used body and face cloth. Oh, you can't really see very good, but it says body and face. So you know what it is. So this is a used body and face cloth. And in between uses, it only needs laundered maybe like once a week, once every 2 weeks. So what I do in between is a power wash, which is when you rinse it out. So rinse it under running water while rubbing the fibers together and agitating the cloth. So you're gonna rub, squeeze, that kind of thing. And run it under there for a little bit of time just to make sure you get each side super, super clean. And then what you want to do is fold it together, wring it out really, really good. So squeeze out as much water as you can. And then with that fancy little hook you saw earlier, that little tag, you can hang it up to dry in a well-ventilated area. And the backlock that's in the microfiber, so backlock's an antibacterial silver agent embedded in the cloth. So when you hang it to dry, the cloth will self-purify. So within 24 hours, the cloth will be self-cleansed and ready to use again. So super, super amazing. It obviously means less laundry. So yeah, you don't need to launder it as often. You can keep reusing the same cloth for like a week or two, depending on what it is, of course, and how often you use it. But yeah, super, super amazing. And now let's talk about the 3 main points when it comes to laundering your microfiber. So the 3 major points are no bleach, no fabric softeners, and no dryer sheets. So don't use any of those on your Norwex cloths because those will degrade the cloths themselves. So they'll either degrade the fibers or clog them up with all those chemicals. So we don't want either of those situations to happen. So no dryer sheets, no fabric softeners, and no bleach. And another thing that's recommended by Norwex is to use the Norwex laundry detergents. So there's the powder, there's a liquid, and there's eco strips, which are just strips you put in. That's like a pre-measured load of laundry, basically, for the detergent. So it's recommended to use the Norwex ones because they are tested on the cloths and Norwex knows that the cloths will still work at their full potential and the backlock will still work in them, all that. So as a Norwex consultant, I recommend using 1 teaspoon per HE load of the Ultra Power Plus laundry detergent. It's highly concentrated, so you don't need a lot. I know it shows on the bag to use more, but as a consultant, I highly recommend only using 1 teaspoon. Oh, and I also wet my laundry before putting it in an HE washer because Norwex microfiber absorbs so much water, and I know HE washers don't use a lot of water, so I find to get a way better wash when I wet my laundry first. It's really important to use Norwex laundry detergent if you can, or an eco-friendly detergent as well will do the trick. So as long as it doesn't have like fillers and toxic chemicals in it, because those kind of detergents will degrade the fibers in the cloth and they may not work at their full potential. So yeah, I recommend the Norwex detergents. So when it comes to drying, You can't use dryer sheets, obviously, because that will clog up the fibers with all those chemicals. So you can either just tumble dry, just with heat and nothing else in it. You can hang your Norwex to dry, whatever works. Or Norwex has the option of dryer balls. So these are a couple sets I have. This one was a limited edition set, so it just had some patterns on it. But they come in packs of 3, and they're made with New Zealand wool. So 100% New Zealand wool, so very naturally made, obviously. And this is what it looks like, dryer ball. So it actually softens the fabric of your laundry, of your cloths, naturally, so that's really cool. And I know people put a couple drops of essential oils, like high quality essential oils, on the dryer balls within and just put it on like an air dry within like the last 5 minutes of their laundry load, so your laundry has a scent on it after. So that's an option as well. And when the dryer balls aren't quite working at their full potential anymore, all you do is shave them. You literally shave the balls to make them work again, work better. Or you can put them in a sock. I think people have used these too. They just put them in here and run them through their washer if they're not working at their full potential anymore. So run them through the washer and then throw them in the dryer, and then they'll work better as well. So, and another great tip for these dryer balls too, if you find they're giving your clothes a lot of static, it means the heat's too high. So I recommend using a lower heat to medium heat, but probably low, so that this doesn't create static. And yeah, it softens your clothes, and yeah, they work really, really amazing. So these are highly recommended. And then if you want to do a deep clean with your Norwex cloths, like any of your Norwex microfiber, there is what's called a microfiber cleaning laundry booster. This stuff is amazing. So it's recommended to use a scoop, a whole scoop. I'll show you. So whole scoop, I usually just use like 1/2 to 3/4 of a scoop. I always use less than it recommends because you really don't need the recommended amount, from what I personally think, and most consultants think as well. So yeah, and you put it in hot water with your cloths and just let it soak. So it says soak for 30 minutes. So, and then I usually just toss all that stuff after it's soaked. I dump out the excess of the water, like the really gross water it leaves. And then I just toss everything in the laundry and launder as I usually do. So that's awesome. And yeah, this removes the deep down tough stains and odors from microfiber and clothes, because honestly, like the Norwex microfiber, it's recommended to deep clean it every 3 to 4 months, because the microfiber picks up so much bacteria and it holds it in there. Like even just cleaning it, like laundering it on a regular basis, it's still hard to get that like deep bacteria within it. And that's the thing too, it doesn't like cross-contaminate back onto surfaces. It all just locks and holds in this cloth and just stays in there. So it is important to give it a good deep clean every 3 to 4 months. So highly recommend that. And it is enzyme power based, so natural enzymes for the odor removal and stain removal. It's not a soap, it's not a bleach or a bluing agent. It's fragranced with naturally derived sweet orange extract. And then there's obviously no chlorine, bleach, ammonia, dyes, synthetic fragrances, SLS or SLES, phthalates, or phosphates. So again, very naturally made. So I think that's the gist of how to clean your Norwex microfiber. So I think these products are incredible, and I'd love to see more safe havens around the globe. So I hope you have the most amazing night, day, wherever you are. Thank you so much for watching, and come back to this video to refer to it anytime. Bye! Thank you!